Welcome to Drawing on Fridays, the Landon Huber Experience show. The one show where in 1/2 hour you will see me draw live before your eyes. A picture, a scary picture, but a good one. Okay, let's get going. And what I think I'm going to draw today is a bat creature monster. Basically like a giant bat. So let's set the timer. Set timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
And let's get going. Okay, so first things first, this bat. I'm going to establish the general area that his head will be. And I want him to have a pretty big face in this area. Then I'm going to, I want him to have kind of a little bit of a hunchback. Man, I'm starting this too high. I need to lower it a little bit so I have some room for sky up there. Alright, let's try that again. So, around there. Then he'll have these ears coming out here. Then he'll have some shoulders. Hunchbacky stuff going on back there. And the arm kind of coming out at you here. The wars of camera, so I'm getting bigger. This might be one of those ones that need to be loose and then tightened up as I go here. So that's going to be the general center area of his face right there. Right there. Now the main thing that is going to make this look like a bat is probably going to be that nose right there. Because bats have a very particular shape of their nose. We want them to look like a bat and not just any old creature. That's a key feature right there, is that nose. And they have like this wrinkly skin going up there. Another eye over there. Let's fix that. A little bit more over there, and then so, yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you have the patience to sit through these early stages, the interesting thing about these shows, I feel, is the fact that you do get to see in real time the entire process. So, at least of actually drawing, conceptualizing a piece. Because I don't want to bore you, but at the same time, the purpose of these videos in particular is not to use too much trick photography. And if you want to see art kind of edited and progressing at a faster pace, you can go check out the art process videos on this YouTube channel, which those are really cool, but they actually take more time to put together because of all the editing, so they're more editing intense. So, alright, so I kind of got a face going in there. Let's work on his arm a little bit here. So, I'm not going to make him too big and muscly because he's going to be kind of a creepy, bony, semi-skeletal bat thing. And maybe this finger kind of comes out like that. That one kind of goes like that. Get these shapes right, guys. It's all about the shapes. It's not all about the Benjamins here. It's all about the shapes. Although, speaking of Benjamins, if you do want to purchase, it won't cost you Benjamins. The prices are very good. You get free shipping at this moment in time at my expense. So if you would like some cool art t-shirts or prints, head over to landonhuberart.etsy.com and check out the cool Halloween art that is for sale over there, guys. It's pretty cool. And right now, at this moment in time, is a good time for you to get it. Hopefully you guys are having a good Friday so far. Okay, so this bat monster is going to have like wings, kind of, because the bats have big wings, and it's going to be kind of attached to his hand there. Right there, it would be like part of his thumb, then another part of his finger kind of going over there. So it's kind of like his hand. He's kind of got these hand slash wings. I believe the real bats do kind of have that. Their hands are kind of attached to their wings, so we're gonna kind of follow that. But because he's not exactly a bat, he's a bat monster, we can bend the rules a little bit and get away with it. And I think it'll be okay. So you can see what I'm doing there is blocking in heavy blacks. That's important for establishing mass. What is going on with this? This is my big fat black blocker inner pencil. Go crazy with it right now. This is a little bit difficult to work with. So I want to get some really big thick black areas down here and in here as well. So I can do that any faster. You guys are busy, busy, busy. Everybody's busy, right? It's a busy world. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out yet, also check out some of the previous Drawing on Fridays Landon Huber experience videos. They are pretty cool if you're liking this one. One of the reasons I decided to start doing these videos is because I was hearing from people I needed to make more videos, for one. But other than that, also, the fact of the matter is that those other art process videos were so labor, I guess I could use the word labor, time consuming and labor intensive to create in the editing process, that there's just no way I can get those out on a regular basis with my schedule. So I thought that doing these kind of videos where it's all just recorded in one pass like this would be a really good way for me to do that. And at first I wasn't 100% sure if I could do it, but I took on the challenge and realized pretty fast I actually enjoyed doing them like this. So hopefully you guys enjoy watching. Hopefully you learned something. One of the main things you see me doing here is establishing the big sort of shadow and black areas, because that is what is ultimately going to give the piece a sense of three-dimensionality, is the way the forms are established and conveyed through the lighting. And so everything I'm going to do to this drawing is either going to get me closer to that or farther away. And as you can see, there's already a certain amount of this piece that is already there. And then a lot of what's left is just fine-tuning, noodling, and detailing. Tweaking, you know. Alright, so let's get a little bit of a background. Most of this piece, you can see an overall kind of triangular shape, which is pleasing to the eye. But most of this piece here is on the bottom frame. You have no background, it's all just foreground. Maybe he might have a couple strands kind of shooting off over there a little bit. But what would a Halloween artwork be without a moon? And also, I think it would be cool to have a Spooky's old tree in there. So I'm gonna rough that in. Another bit of promo, guys. I hope you guys don't feel I'm promoting too much, but you know, artists gotta eat and live too. But then at the same time, this next promo I'm going to talk about is not a promo that is making me all kinds of money, but it's just something I want you to be aware of because I put a lot of work into it. And that is my music. Because I'm also a musician. At this moment in time, I haven't been creating a lot of music, but that's not going to be forever. There's going to be a moment in time where I decide to pick it up again, and I have a lot of songs that I write. And I keep them around for when I can record them. I have things that are not finished and put out, and there are things that are put out. One of which is Creature of Emotion, which was my first album I created. And it's got a lot of different musical styles on there, but really good songs that I have written them all myself, recorded them myself, and etc., etc. So check it out. It's in the playlist section of this YouTube channel. It's called Creature of Emotion. It was the probably the first thing I ever actually put on YouTube. And I have been on YouTube a while, but I was not putting out regular content. It was more of a thing where if I could finish an album or could finish a video, then I would put it up on YouTube, and I hoped that you guys would see it, but I wasn't, I hadn't dedicated myself to like weekly content or anything like that. So the weird thing is about the YouTube algorithm is it basically, I think consistency is a factor. I mean, I'm not a YouTube specialist, so I'm not gonna get into all the reasons that videos either get picked up or not, or go viral or not. I mean, most of you guys probably have some form of YouTube or social media also. But, the algorithm is set up to give people more of the same in a way, though, I think, because it picks up on what you've watched already and then tries to give you the most popular videos in that domain. And so it's very hard to come by something new or different or out of the box, It's all kind of just force fed or something. I don't know. Sometimes I wish that YouTube that they would fix that algorithm a bit, but it is pretty cool to have a platform that you can make videos and share them, and that virtually anybody that has a camera and some kind of ability to make content can do it. So it is an opportunity at the same time as the difficult side. Okay, so how much time we got left here? I have no idea. Okay, 13 minutes. 13 minutes. Let's take a little pause and look at this. Okay. One thing I'm seeing is I want this arm to be a little bit more dominant than this arm. So I think I'm going to erase a bit of it to bring it up, make it a little bit bigger. So it's almost coming over the face just a little bit more. Maybe going back here a little bit more, the elbow. So it's kind of like shooting out. But that face is pretty loose, so let's get in there. So what am I doing here? Let's explain it. Drawing a snout, fangs of the mouth, a few drooly spots just seen in his mouth from negative shapes, but not too much detail. Because the thing I've also found through experience is sometimes trying to add more lines, more detail is not working for you, but working against you in the overall effect you're wanting to achieve. These eyes would be more dark And I want his face to look like a rabbit or something. So maybe that needs to change a little bit. Maybe a little bit more like that. There we go. I do try to... What I'm creating here is literally, and what all drawings are literally lines or pieces of graphite on a piece of paper. If you're doing it digitally, then it would be on the digital version of a piece of paper. But the challenge is to think beyond that, to create an image that when you see it, it's something you feel could be real, and the more you can make that believable, the better. So right now I'm I'm liking the way this face is looking a lot better now that I've spent 5 seconds on it. And again, like what you're gonna see in these videos of that take place in a half hour is going to be what is possible for me personally to create in that span of time. However, I may go and work on these pieces a little bit more off camera, and then the intention is for them all to become final pieces of art that will be for sale and colored and inked and everything else. Maybe some of them I might turn into paintings if I decide to. And then they will all be for sale in the future on my Etsy store. But right now I have about 60 listings over there. And there's t-shirts and posters. And I'm going to keep adding more. But I'm hoping you guys that like this video will go over there and buy something from me, because it helps me make these videos, and it helps a lot of things. The arts right now need as much support as they can get. Sometimes it feels like the world is just doing everything they possibly can to destroy the patronage for the arts. But we need to change that. And those that like art, and those that have the ability to do something about it, you are creating a positive difference in the world to do that, to support the arts in whatever way you can. So as I keep working on this piece, it's more or less just fine-tuning. It seems like make that all black in there. Maybe just have a few little light spots. That's it. And then what I would generally do after I get this thing all drawn and fine-tuned is go ahead and ink it with black ink, which is a style that I fell in love with growing up reading comics, which I still have a fondness for. Which I even try to incorporate into my painting somewhat. So it's not total realism, but it's kind of like a stylized version. And hopefully you've been enjoying watching this episode. Hopefully you like this bat creature I've been working on. Hopefully you will like the video right now, please. I'd appreciate that very much. And go ahead and leave a comment if you like what you're watching here. All that stuff helps to boost the algorithm, as I'm sure you know, and have been told in many other YouTube videos. So hopefully what I'm doing here is a little bit unique, and I'm doing the best I can. Isn't that a song? Doing the best I can. We should all try to do the best we can. Don't get discouraged. Everybody has good days and bad days, but part of being a strong human being is to overcome negative thinking and discouragement. Because if you go into that hole, it's a hard hole to dig yourself out of. What is the time? What is the time? I don't know. But I got a feeling that it is getting close to the time that the show will be over. So, let's keep going. And establish a kind of cool shapes with these trees as well, even though they will be a background element. And then these lines kind of give a certain energy to that, to the moon. They're more just like, almost like similar to like manga speed lines. Alright, I think my camera is probably shutting off soon, so let me check that. I was right, that camera was about to shut off. Okay, we got about 2 minutes left of the show. This is what we got here. On this side, I want it to look like his hand. So, how to indicate that? It's gonna look like his hand kind of doing that. This thumb needs a little bit of a highlight to show that. And then there's like a little thing to indicate a kind of finger thing. goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Make another sinker. Alright, that kind of looks a little bit more hand-like. A little more shadow down there. Oh shoot, we are out of time. I might have to work on that hand and some various areas a little bit off camera. But overall, I'm happy with the composition. I'm happy with the feeling. But that is the end of the show, guys. So, thank you for coming by. Thank you for watching the Landon Huber Experience Drawing on Friday show. Please like, share, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.